started smiling. As you can see, let me see if I can pull. Look at that. That's the pretty baby.
Wow.
Hey.
That face in that body does not look like it went into a fight at all.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you. Don't want to catch those hands.
No doubt. No doubt. And so let's keep on walking. So now we how many we in? We about 10 fights in now. 10-0,
yes,
right?
10 fight ins. Yes, 10-0.
4 knockouts. And for some reason I keep saying 145 is 154.
It's 154.
I
yes,
want to make
no
sure
worries.
I clear that up for the fans. So 154, you boxing at 160 now, right?
So I go fluctuate between 60 and 154.
Okay, so we know who's in that weight category right now, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So I gotta bring that up right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the self-proclaimed GOAT of boxing right now, there's nobody else I can see that would be ready to fight her but you, right? But before I get there, let's talk about you are actually training right now for, who are you training for right now? Because you are actually in camp right now, right? For your fight, and then COVID hit. Okay.
Yeah, so what was supposed to happen is I fought for the WBA interim title, which pretty much Hannah Gabriels has the title. And so that makes me her mandatory. So we're supposed to be working towards getting that fight to happen before the COVID thing happened. And I'm pretty sure the fight is going to happen. That might be my next fight. I'm really excited about it, and I hope so. But that was the fight that was supposed to happen before the COVID thing happened. So we'll see how that goes. But, if that don't happen, I'm right here. I'm ready. Let's do it. Line them up. I'm going to knock them down.
No doubt. So, I have, all right. So now we getting into the deep waters right now. We're about to swim with the sharks. Now,
let's go.
Yeah. So, it was a lot of talk as it relates to, you wanting to fight Claressa Shields, and Claressa Shields, not feeling as if you were ready, right? And she made comments about, there were a chance for you to fight her before, and you didn't take those chances, right? It was 2 times. You said no twice. Can you walk me through that story?
Absolutely. I've been waiting for this. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I've been waiting for this. So absolutely, I can walk you through that. So just to kind of clarify, so everybody knows what's going on. I actually got offered the pro debut fight for Shields, and they tried to offer me the fight for $8,000. Then tried to negotiate it a little bit and offered it at $10,000. Now, please, just to kind of go backwards, I went to the 2012 games as her training partner. We've had a lot of history in the amateurs. Some of the decisions I felt like weren't just, but it is what it is. I'm not a person who says, "Oh, I won this and that." I don't make excuses for myself, but a lot of times, especially when you're in certain sports worlds, you're fighting more against a name. You know what I'm saying? It's not just about who wins the fight. It's a lot of BS that goes on behind the scenes, but that's neither here nor there. So I got offered the fight for $8,000 to $10,000, and I'm like, "Are you guys stupid?" For one, I'm a silver medalist at the Worlds. I'm a 4 or 5-time national champion. I've been a bronze medalist at the Olympic trials 2 times. So you're not going to disrespect me and all the hard work I put in and try to offer me an $8,000 to $10,000 fight like I'm not a worthy opponent. And so I just thought that was stupid. And not only that, I had a really bad experience working with Rock Nation prior to that. And that fight was under Rock Nation. So I was just like, I'm not really excited at all about wanting to work with Rock Nation again. And so for you guys to even disrespect me and come at me like I would take that fight for $8,000 to $10,000, like that's not a championship fight already. It's like, that was just stupid. So that's why that fight got turned down. The second fight that was supposedly came my way, an opponent fell out or got sick or something like that, and they offered me to fight with a 2-week notice. So the whole notion that I've been turning down all these contracts and all of this is nonsense and it's BS. And my thing is, facts are facts. Come with the facts. If you guys have actually offered me a fight with the full camp, and it's for titles or whatever it is, then let's make it happen. But don't disrespect me with the debut fight for $8,000 to $10,000 like I'm not a worthy opponent, like I don't have the skills to be up in that ring, because I absolutely do. And then don't call me for a last minute fight. Like, what is the point? If you want to fight me, you say you can beat me, you can do all of this, then let's run it up. Let's make it happen. But don't shortchange me and don't make it seem like I'm scared or I'm ducking you. And then let's also get some clarity, because she tried to make it seem as if my coach had told her that I wasn't ready. And it's like, don't lie on my coach. Like, if you're going to speak on me, speak facts. If you're going to speak on my coach, speak facts. Now, what conversation might have happened at that time? My coach said that, we waiting. We want to fight. We want to fight you for the titles. We want to fight you where it matters the most. Now, that's something that my coach probably did say, but to make the notion that my coach said, oh, we're not ready for you, we're waiting. No, we fought in the national, we fought in the amateur several times. You knew we fight to several split decisions. So please don't make it seem like, what it isn't. Like, if you're going to speak on it, speak facts. And I'm not a person that has to hate on somebody or be a negative Nancy. Like, I'm positive, I'm dope in life, you know what I'm saying? In boxing, in real life, I handle my business. So I'm not even that type of person, but you're not finna try to slander my name, try to make people not like me, try to make like I'm a bad person. Like, this is boxing. Don't get it, don't get it confused. I'm a competitor in every sense of the word, but don't disrespect me and then try to make it seem like somebody hating on you or lying or making excuses. Like, this boxing game is really shady with a lot of nonsense that goes on behind the scenes. And then people try to, media can spin some things, or somebody can make it seem one way when they know that's totally the opposite of what it actually is.
Yeah, no doubt. And I wanted to give you that opportunity because I felt that all of the interviews that you have done, they really didn't allow you to express. No, I'll take that back, because you did do a few interviews that, they gave you that platform for you to kind of express that. Do you feel like it's anything else that you felt like that you didn't have the opportunity to say, or for people to actually understand as it relates to that situation?
More so than anything, let's get it on. Let's make it happen. It's like we've been talking, we've been going around in circles. At the end of the day, I'm right here. What's happening? You know what I'm saying? We ain't got all day. So it's like all of that shoulda, coulda, woulda, and all that what happened in the past, that's dead now. I'm 10-0. I'm right here. What's up? And that's that on that.
No doubt.
So it's like, if you ain't talk about a contract, then don't bring me up. Straight up, because I'm tired of the hating. I'm tired of the nonsense. Like, you're supposed to be the GOAT, and shut me down. Prove it.
No doubt. So with that, right? With that said, her feeling that you're not worthy enough. She mentioned a couple of people. I know she mentioned Hannah Gabriel, Tori Nelson, and a few others. Would you feel the need to box them before you felt worthy enough, so to speak?
I've been worthy. So let's clear that up right now.
Yeah.
I've been worthy. She knows I've been worthy. The boxing world knows that I've been worthy. Just because I haven't had the platform that you have, don't get it twisted. I've been worthy. I've been right here, and you know that just as well as I know that, because if it was so simple, then you would dust me off and I would be another name on your resume. So if it's really nothing, then make it nothing. But, so we're not going to even play that game. But I will say, she's not the only fighter. There's other talented women fighters out here, and there's other great fights to be had. I would love to fight Hannah Gabriels. I would love, unfortunately, I actually tried to get a fight with Tori Nelson, and a lot of times it's not always up to the fighters. So I will be very specific about that. I was trying to really get this fight with Tori Nelson. It was for a title back in, I think last year in December. And I was really upset that the fight didn't go through. And so I seen Tori Nelson online, and I made a statement, and she was just like, well, you guys turned down the fight. And, we basically, she said, we was going to fight you. We wanted to fight, and then your team turned down the fight. So, I had to get on the phone and call my team like, hey, what's up? Are we turning down fights? Did they, and so it ended up turning out that we couldn't get the fight on the actual, I think it was Wilder's undercard. So it wasn't, so I will, to give her that. I don't know what happened, but we all ready to go. We in camp. We thinking we getting a fight. We training, I get a call saying that, how they worded it to me was as if they didn't take the fight. So was it money? Was it date? What was the specifics? I'm honestly not sure, but I just do know that we tried to make that fight happen. And like I said, I would love to fight Christina Hammer, Hannah Gabriels, Alicia Napoleon. There's some dope girls out here that I'm ready to run it up. I'm ready to make it happen. And I just hope that the promoters give us the opportunities to make these fights happen, because it's not as much as like people say, oh, let's fight. But it'd be a lot of nonsense that goes on behind the scenes that is really stopping those fights from happening. I feel like it's holding women boxing back as a whole.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. That the politics in boxing is really interesting, and it's something that you can't get around. Are you still signed to Rock Nation?
So I've never been signed to Rock Nation. I was
Okay.
one of the first females that fought on their card. I fought on the Andre Ward card in Oakland. So we were the first two women to fight on the Rock Nation card. I was never signed to Rock Nation. They offered me the Shields debut fight, and I turned it down. Like I said, I didn't have a really good experience with them the first time. And
Right.
then when they offered that fight, I was like, okay, well, even we even considered taking the fight. We're like, okay, well, does that include like do we get any type of TV time? Do we get any type of exposure? Do we get to fight, for a title to make it worth it? And everything was no, no, no. So it was like, why? That doesn't even make sense. So no, right now I'm signed to Lou DiBella. And I've been signed to Lou DiBella for a little bit of time. So I'm hoping that under this contract, Lou DiBella can make it happen. Because right now, I'm at a point in my career where, there's some talented girls out here, but nobody wants to fight put their record on the line or put their titles on the line if it's not going to be TV.
Yeah.
So that's up to my promoter, to really make that happen. So we're really hoping I'm really hoping that happens, within the next year, especially the COVID thing kind of put everything on hold, but it's time to go get it. So whoever they put in front of me, then that's what it is. And I'm cool with that too.
I know that's right. The pretty beast, ladies and gentlemen, man. You heard it first. You heard it she cleared the air. So it's no more questions there. She's not ducking anyone, ladies and gentlemen. She's
I don't
here.
have to duck. I don't have to do any of that. Like, I know who I am. And a lot of times I don't really speak on nonsense because I just try to, we're all women in this game. And my job is not that to tear nobody down. My job is to go in there and handle my business. Like, I'm the pretty beast. I'm outside the ring. I'm pretty. I'm doing my thing. And I don't have time to hate. And when I get in the ring, it's all beast mode. So for me, I don't really have to resort to, powerful people don't have to be petty, period. And I don't have to be petty. I don't have to be anything like that. I just got to go handle my business. But I won't allow people to speak ill on me and act like I'm, scared of you or you ducking it. Nah, bring up the facts or don't speak on me.
I know that's the
Do you feel like now, with the Black Lives Matter and the movement and the protests and, people coming out to support Black people, do you feel in the arena of women boxing that Black women boxers should support each other more, or how do you feel about that?
I think that with everything that's going on, for one, it's really hard for us women fighters as a whole, as a whole, especially for us Black women fighters. So it really does us no justice to be trying to tear each other down or try to diminish the next person's accomplishments when at the end of the day, of course, it's a sport that we're competing against each other and it's a fight. So it's a little more personal. But then at the same time, if you try to act like everybody is so down here and you're way up here, who are you going to get in there and fight? You going to punch yourself in the head? So it's like, to me, we don't have really no space for that. Now we can have some, back and forth about what we're going to do and all that. But when it comes personal, and you really start trying to tear down a person's character, that's whack to me. And that just shows, who you are on the inside, in my opinion. I really hope that this really shows a lot of the promoters and, the other people that are behind the scenes that are calling the shots and making these fights happen. Like, you guys are really doing the fans a disservice. There's so many girls out here that's talented, that's ready to go. And you guys are making these fights happen, especially the Black, women fighters. We don't have nobody really having our back and holding it down for us and giving us opportunity. You have promoters that really won't fight us, don't allow us to be on their shows. And it's 2020, like it's 2020. You got fighters, promoters, or we don't really want no women fighters on the show. You got promoters that'll really push a certain ethnicity of women, over anything, where it's just like, it really needs to get spoken on. It really needs to get talked about because it's really an issue. It's really a problem. And we're really being discriminated against in a lot of ways. And that's honestly what's happening.
Wow. I didn't even look at it that way. And interesting. That's I never even thought about.
Because you got to understand how, just so you guys have a clear understanding of what I'm saying, you'll have certain promoters who have an association with, say, ESPN or say Showtime or something of that sort. And if their boxers, aren't, there's no diversity there, then that's the only fighters that they're pushing. So, you have all these talented fighters, but then they're only pushing 1 or 2 fighters. And then, how do you ever grow the sport? Or how do you ever, get to the next level where you take somebody like Dana White in the girls in MMA? He decided to share the platform equally and say, if you can fight, if you have people that want to see you fight, I'm going to allow you to fight. And I'm not going to market you as a female MMA fighter. I'm going to market you as a female fighter. Mm-hmm. And if you're more popular than the guy that's fighting on his card, then you get in the main event spot. And then that allowed the women to go to the next level. And now a bunch of people know who the MMA fighters are. But they have a big following and they have the exposure because they're being properly promoted.
Wow. So for Black women fighters,
White. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying for Black women fighters, it's more than just a fight. It's also a fight for a seat at the table.
Absolutely. Wow. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to change that. Well, at the very least now, it'll have people at the very least questioning what's going on, because I think people didn't even think of it that way. And I'm glad that you brought that up. And shout out to Dana White, because I do think he gave the opportunity for people to broaden that scope, which is interesting. Would you ever think about MMA or fighting in that arena?
No, punching is enough. I don't really want to be kicked in the head. Not for me. I'm going to fight after the fight. You kick me in the head. So, no. Ain't nobody got time for that. I respect them. No. And then I got issues with people being all close to me. Y'all, no, absolutely not. My mom would kill me. She hates that I fight anyway. So let me tell her I'm about to start kicking and elbowing. She gonna just disown me. So no. She gonna disown me and pass out. Say, Raquel, I am sick of this. So no. No MMA.
Well, that's a good segue into what we were talking about earlier regarding boxers coming back into the ring. What's your opinion on? Did you hear about the Mike Tyson possibly coming back? What's your opinion on that?
I think that boxing is a very taxing sport. I think that once you hang your gloves up, you should leave them gloves hung up, especially when you already have an amazing legacy. But who am I to put somebody in a box and tell them what they should or shouldn't do? So if he does come back, I would like to see him come back and fight somebody like Holyfield, because they're, that's kind of like similar. Right. But please don't come back, Mike Tyson. I absolutely love you, and you're one of my favorite fighters. I don't want to see him fight some active young heavyweight and, he get hurt or knocked out. I'm going to be sad about that. So if you do come back, please fight like a Holyfield or something like that. I think that that's a cool, legacy fight to have. But outside of that, no, I don't really want to see that.
Yeah, what about Laila Ali coming back?
I think it's the same thing. Like Laila, you have your legacy, you have your titles, but it's a lose-lose situation for you, to me, because it's like, don't get in the ring with these girls. We're active, what I'm saying? It's a different time for boxing. And even though I think that she's talented, I think she could probably hold her own. I think that you best leave your gloves hung up and just do your thing. Keep shining, keep getting your money. You've been there, done that now. So, it's a new age and it's a new breed of women out here, and, give us the floor. I know, of course, I know about the whole Shields and the Laila thing, but I think they should leave it at the talking and come see me. And, make the fights happen with the girls that are out here right now that are excited for these opportunities. But, we'll see what happens. But no, I'm not interested in seeing that fight either. I'm interested in being a part of that fight. Like we talked about.
So if you had somebody like someone big that's willing to put that money up and willing to endorse and support you to make whatever fight happen for you, if this was your appeal right now to say, yo, I need that fight with Claressa Shields, what would that appeal be?
What the fans are waiting for, we're waiting for. We've been asking for that fight. It's been a whole bunch of back and forth. And it's like, what more do you want from me? Let's make it happen. Like we're here. I'm 10-0. We've been asking for it. We've been waiting for it. It's been a lot of speculations, and I think a lot of fans want to see it. And I think that women boxing needs this fight. So I'm like, what's happening? Let's do it.
There you go. I love it. So
you got the receipts. Like, that's it.
It's clear. Only got a couple questions for you. I know I took a lot of your time, and I really appreciate you giving us that time. So one thing that I like to do on We Talk Weekly is throw a curveball, right? So I want you to get prepared, right? So I want you to tell We Talk Weekly the one thing that no one else knows about Raquel, the Pretty Beast Miller, that you can tell us right now here on We Talk Weekly?
That's a good one. What something that no one else knows? The world doesn't know it as much, but if I wasn't boxing, I probably would be a veterinarian. It's just something that's really near and dear to my heart. So if I wasn't boxing, I probably would be a veterinarian. And let me see. I'm scared of the ocean water. Random, scared of ocean water. What else? I don't know. I gotta think a little bit more on that. That was a good one, but kind of like, what would I be doing? I think about that pretty frequently. Like, what would I be doing, or what am I gonna do after boxing? And I'm probably gonna go on vacation for like a year. Go off the grid.
No doubt.
I could see that though, the veterinarian. I could see that.
Yeah, I love animals, so that's probably definitely what I'd be doing. And I just want to thank you guys for sharing your platform with me, allowing me to just come and tell my story. I think that it's amazing what you guys are doing. We need, like you said, we need media like this that's really sharing our stories, because it's obvious that we're not being allowed to really share our stories on other platforms. So thank you for giving me this platform. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. I love what you're doing. I'm happy to be on the show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And everything that you're doing. And we're your biggest fans, and anything you feel that we can do here in Philadelphia or We Talk Weekly, we're definitely here for you. And before I let you go, you just have to do two things for me. Sure. The first thing is make sure you can let us know, let our people know how they can get in contact with you, how they can find you, all your social media stuff.
Absolutely.
And then the last question that you have to do, and promise you'll do it for me.
Yes, I'll do it.
There we go. You got to give us a drop. There you go. Give us a drop. And before we let you go, so we can have that in, and make sure you send us some of that PB stuff. That's what we want.
I got you. Send me your size, and I definitely got you, because I have some stuff coming soon. So thank you, everybody. I'm Raquel Miller, the Pretty Beast. You can catch me on Facebook under Raquel Miller. You can catch me on Twitter under Miss Pretty Beast. I'm on Instagram under MS.Raquel Miller. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. I got the line dropping soon. My nonprofit organization is ladiesempowered.org. The PB brand is launching really soon. It's relaunching, and it's about to be super dope. Keep on the lookout for that. Shout out to you guys for being so amazing. I appreciate you so much. And then I get to do the drop now too.
There you go. Waiting on you.
Yo, shout out to We Talk Weekly. You guys are awesome. You're amazing. Thank you for sharing your platform with me. I appreciate you guys. I love you. We Talk Weekly, baby.
There you go. We Talk Weekly. We in the building.
Yes. Thank you. I appreciate
Thank you for coming in. And we always say, once you at the show, anytime you want to come on, you already friends to the show. So anytime you want to come on, you want to clear something up, you want to use us as your platform, we're here. And we love you to death. And thanks for coming on.
Y'all. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Have a great day.
All right.
Bye.
Queen. Oh, that was awesome.
She's a sweetheart.
Yeah, no doubt.